Secretly, the mom pushed her off the bleachers because she was sick of all the attention the little kid was getting. You know that's what was going on.
Big dogs are in the house!
Hey! The 84 jersey's out, man. I think this is going to be a fun ride. Bye, Felicia.
Inside the lane, drive, left, oh, goodbye, punch! Oh, my goodness! Where did he come from? A behind the back jam by the big P.
This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Practice like this? Up! We up!
Straight cash, homie.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Clocks here are bullshit, so.
Home run! Welcome back, Lou Collins!
Welcome back to Thunderdome for yet another Down 0-3 is the place to be edition of Andy Must Die, Minnesota Sports Talk. Kinda. I'm your not-so-humble co-host at Andy Carlson Show, riding shotgun with my partner in crime. No, just kidding. Di's not here this week because she thought the Pacquiao Mayweather fight was on a Wednesday. She was incorrect. She in Vegas. Filling in is a guy who's the only person to be on the no-fly list for burrito-related reasons. Nick Asuncion at Nick Asun on Twitter machine. Sidekick, how you doing?
Doing good, Andy. Thanks for having me.
Now, what was the reason they won't let you fly anymore?
Well, okay, there was this one time I bought some Chipotle burritos on a plane. They said, so you cannot bring the burritos on the plane. And if you know anything about me, it's do not mess with Nick's Chipotle burritos. I love Chipotle. If you touch my burritos, I start a scene. I blacked out and I came to, I was in jail, and then now I can't fly anymore.
See, the thing about that is that Liam Neeson made a Liam Neeson movie called Nonstop, which is also about terrorists on a plane. And Nonstop is also the title of Nick at Chipotle. But actually, where's the rim shot? There we go. There's a good one. We're on Twitter at Andy Must Die, and the website, as you know, is andymustdie.com. Oh, damn. Speaking of Chipotle, happy Cinco de Mayo yesterday, Nick.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo to you, too.
Now, is it better that it's on a Tuesday or on the weekend?
Well, everyone always loves Taco Tuesdays, but
it's like the perfect storm.
You know, the last time I went to Taco John's though on a Tuesday, I got charged full price for tacos. So I haven't gone back to complain about it yet. But and my work time, I really don't have time to drive all the way to Taco John's to check on this. But I was wondering if they even still have that deal. It used to be like 2 tacos for 99 cents. I don't know if they do it anymore.
I think that was just like inflation stuff. Because do you remember back in the day when 6-pack and a pound of Taco John's was $5.99 on a Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Nick and I went to college in Winona, Winona State University, the Winona State Fighting Warriors. I don't think that's our mascot. Anyways, there was a Taco John's there, except it was like in this strip mall lean-to. It was like literally wedged into a place that probably used to be, I don't know, like a purse sales place. And the weirdest drive-through, you had to do like a figure 8 to make your order, but it was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was great. I love Taco John's. They have the best tacos.
Sweet.
For a fast food place.
Now, did you go out and get wild last night, Nick? Celebrate your Mexa heritage?
Okay, so I made Asian food last night.
That's why I want to. When is Asian Day? Because you got St. Patrick's Day, where you just get drunk and eat some cabbage and corned beef and cabbage. Yeah. You got Cinco de Mayo, where you just get drunk and eat tacos, which is probably borderline offensive to both those heritages. But when is Asian Day, where you get drunk, you eat Chinese food, and you sing karaoke all night? And it doesn't even have to be specific Asian type, just Asian in general.
There really isn't an Asian in general. I mean,
should
the
be
closest
one.
thing I was thinking of would maybe be like a Chinese New Year. I mean, we could probably celebrate that more often, I guess. That's not like a floating day, though. It's never
Well,
a
when's
specific
David
day.
Carradine's birthday or death day? Remembrance Day.
Remember the day he died.
Because he's not Asian, right? But he encompasses a lot of Asian things.
He might be Asian.
I don't know. Like,
Um,
all right, so kung fu movies, getting freaky in very freaky ways. That's all very Asian.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I mean, if we did have an Asian day, yeah, that's be exactly what I do. I love Asian films. Modern action films that are like created like in Japan, Chinese. I mean, they have brilliant, awesome fight choreography. You know, like a lot of people, I think you remember Jackie Chan, like in his heyday back in the '90s, right?
Oh, look, Jackie Chan. Oh, look, Jackie Chan.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you watch like today's stuff, like today's stars,
No.
like Donnie Yen. Like
I don't.
it's awesome. I recommend it. I love these action films now.
All
I mean,
right.
they're so quick.
All right, Nick jumped the shark a little bit, but a little later on, we are going to be talking some cinema, as Nick is a big cinephile, as well as many other descriptions that end in file. But we're going to be talking about the fan Twitter question of the week, which is name your top 3 sports movies. Now, I completely cheated. I did a top 10, but I don't care because it's my show. And we also are going to talk about Nick's really big into like the Marvel universe and DC. Are you a big Batman guy too, Nick?
I used to be, not too much anymore. This Marvel has completely won me over with the last movies.
And we're having a fun little game. Nick's going to throw out a superhero, and I'm going to match him up with the corresponding Minnesota Viking. So that should be fun. That's coming up in the last segment. But in the first one, a lot of stuff happened. NFL draft, Pacquiao, Mayweather. Pacquiao got cheated with his bum shoulder. What do you think, Nick? Team Philippines?
I'll talk more about that later, but yeah, it's I unfortunately wasn't able to watch the fight. I don't have cable. I didn't know any good websites like live cheats stream it.
I call baloney that you didn't know of a CD website where you can get stuff for free, Nick.
No comment there. But
I call baloney. Yeah, because Nick is taking over Die Time this week, which is kind of funny because Nick is the one who voices the Die Time sound drop. Oh, yeah, there it is. You know you want it. All right, so he'll be taking that over at the top of segment 2. Also, Kentucky Derby. Scarlett Johansson hosted SNL for some reason. Avengers Age of Ultron came out, and it sucked. I heard.
Whoa.
I heard it wasn't as good as the first one.
No, they were wrong. It was fantastic.
Deflategate results also came out today. Don't really care. Tom Brady probably cheated a little bit, but again, I don't really care. But what we do care about is some Minnesota sports news and a team on the brink.
Minnesota sports news.
Ding, 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 sound drop goes in here. Our Minnesota Wild, Nick, down 0-3 to the Chicago Blackhawks, the bane of our existence, like actually the bane to our Batman, as it were. The Wild were shut out in Game 3 after only getting 1 goal in Game 2. Kane and Toes for the Blackhawks are elite sniper goal scorers, and we don't have any of them. We ain't got any of them.
You know, I don't know. I don't want to say that like that our Wild is a bad team at all. I mean, because we went through round 1, fantastic. We had that one bad game, and then we killed the Blues. It was fantastic. I don't know. I'm talking to people. It's just like maybe the Wild they're burnt out. They're on like just half energy. It almost doesn't seem like it's not the same team. But I do want to give credit to the Blackhawks. I mean, they're look good. like they rested. They look like they've like fresh off the break. They're fast, and Crawford. It's all Crawford, man. That I've never seen a guy stop so many shots.
Which really sucks because that was supposed to be their weakness coming in. Is like inconsistent goaltending, and then all of a sudden Crawford became the Great Wall of China.
I can't explain it either. I don't know what's going on here. It's saying, I don't know. We struggled with them last year.
And don't get me wrong. Well, last 2 years. Last 2 years. And don't get me wrong. Like, Zach Parise is good. Like, really good. And he's one of us, and we're glad that he's home. But he ain't Patrick Kane. He ain't Toes when it comes to scoring.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, it's just...
Because I'm not an elite hockey mind, but you can tell. Guys that can get their own shot, can score from anywhere on the ice, basically. And they're like a step above everyone else, and those two are.
And they play for Chicago, not us.
And also really sucks because Dubnik's been settled down after giving up 4 goals in game 1, and they only got 22 shots on goal last night, and Dubnik's got 21 of them, and we still can't, and we still lose.
You got for me, from what I've seen on the games, because I've been listening to most of my games on the radio, you got to play perfect hockey. You can't make mistakes, and that's just what happened. We make a mistake if our defense, we miss the puck. Chicago just knows how to capitalize, take advantage.
Turnovers. Bum, bum. Open up a bakery with the wild turnovers. And it really sucks because I feel like a lot of people are completely deflated, to use a pun, and the bandwagon is getting empty, which kind of sucks because it was such a feel-good story throughout the year. Well, second half of the year.
Yeah. I was on last year. I jumped on the Wild wagon, and I was so excited that the hockey team looked really good. And after losing the playoffs last year, I was heartbroken, but I kept going. Then this year, we started, and as the Wild, as we always do, started okay, then we sunk, and I was so just distraught when that mid-season slump that we always get in. I'm like, no, there's no way we're coming back, and to have us come back and make the playoffs it's just so. This is like the frustrating Minnesota sports that we always talk about. It's just, will it ever end? Will the pain ever stop?
Tickets are going to be cheap for Game 4 on Thursday.
Do you think we can at least get one game out of this, or do you think we're going to get swept?
I think they'll probably squeeze out one game, and that's probably Thursday. Force a Game 5 on Saturday, so we'll see.
I mean, you have to think, to give the Minnesota fans something, like we have to take one game, and, it has to be his home game tomorrow night. I think it's... I think yesterday's game was 7 o'clock, so I'm assuming this will probably be the late game, probably the 8 o'clock one.
Well, hockey's a very streaky game, and I was surprised to learn that 4 teams have come back from an 0-3 deficit to win. Yeah, including last year when the Kings came back down from 0-3 versus the Sharks. And so I was surprised that it actually does happen. And baseball, it's only happened once. The Red Sox over the Yankees in 2002, I think it was. And basketball, I actually don't think it's ever happened in basketball.
Yeah, probably not.
So have hope, Nick.
I'll have hope.
Hashtag we ain't dead yet.
I like that hashtag.
All right. And moving on, the Minnesota Twins, Nick, are above 500. Get excited. Even though they lost last night 2-1 to the A's, they're 14-13 as of Wednesday afternoon. Third in the Central behind Kansas City and Detroit. Nick, they don't suck.
That's all I could say with that. We're playing a lot better than I think a lot of people expected, especially since losing like our number one catcher before the season starts. I think a lot of people thought we would be dead last. This is a very surprising and very incredible team to be at a 500 level right now. It's all about the hitting right now. They're getting points. They are scoring like never before.
They're so getting touchdowns.
Touchdown.
Now, when Arcia went down with the injury, I thought for sure they're going to bring up Buxton because he's absolutely just tearing up the minor leagues. And no, which is frustrating because, Buxton, just put him in center field. He'll be fine defensively. And whatever you get out of him offensively, that's just gravy on top. But why not get the kid's feet wet. I mean, I think the data's passed for arbitration. You get an extra year, so I think they're fine with that. So why not just load up now, bring up Buxton, bring up Sano, and then I mean let the fans have something to cheer about. Because I actually think that this whole above 500 thing or playing 500 baseball is an anomaly, and we could see the usual June tailspin, and then suddenly July and August for playing baseball doesn't matter. Just bring up Buxton and Sano. Why not? Give people a reason to go to the park.
You think people care just for Buxton and Sano, though?
I do, because
I think they just
they've been touting them for so many years that they're the future, and people want to see what all the hubbub has been about.
I don't know if they'll do that. I think it's still kind of that, like, after getting rid of Greinheimer, I think I want to see what Molitor does. This is his team. Let's see if he does. I really don't think he will, though. I think they're gonna keep it calm and steady right now.
All right, but
not change it up.
You were at the game last week. What was it like?
Not a lot of people out on a Tuesday night, Wednesday day game. I don't think a lot of people are skipping work to see our Twins yet. But
how many drunk people did you see?
Not too many. Honestly, not too many. That could have been because we might have been the drunkest people there Tuesday night.
You don't say.
I do say.
All right. Speaking of drunk people, Vikings draft party. Give me a recap.
Oh, the Vikings draft party. Oh man. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Minneapolis Convention Center, but nice place to have a little shindig. If you have the money, it's great.
Because Nick, you were there as Purple for the Win's Vikings draft party correspondent.
Yes, I was. I had a name tag and everything, and no one asked any questions about it. Everyone I went into and talked to, they had my name tag flashing out. Everyone was just there, I think, to have a good time. It was like it was there was a bar there. It was like going to a bar. It was just
could you imagine what it would have been like if it was open bar?
I know, I was going to use that phrase, but obviously it wasn't an open bar. But no, it was a very
the
expensive
Vikings were
bar.
like, hey, we're giving back to the fans. Open bar on us, and then you just run up. Hey, you got these Schlitz?
This is all sponsored by Miller, so you can have all the Miller products you want for $8 to $10, I believe, a can.
The Vikings should go against the grain. Schlitz malt liquor, or like keep it local, like Grain Belt.
I would assume there would have been more Grain Belt or something, but I don't think I saw any.
I know.
It's all about the sponsors. It's all about the money.
Yeah, Miller Coors probably has a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more money. But all right, so you went last year as well, and you went through the trading down from 8 to 9, picking bar, and people were very upset because everyone wanted Johnny Manziel.
Everyone was chanting Johnny. It was insane last year.
Idiots.
Yeah, and like my brother actually wasn't even a big fan of him either, and like, but me and my brother both like calm, like, we'll see what happens, and like, we were optimistic. I didn't know anything about bar, so I'm like, this should be fine. But no, last year they like half the people left the room when we did not pick up Johnny, and I was with my brother at the time, so he's a father, so we couldn't stay.
Wait, brother at the time. He's not your brother anymore?
No. I mean, he was a father at the time. I mean, he's still a father now. You're making me mess up my words.
Yep.
Live on this podcast. He had to be home at a certain time, so we had to leave. So we didn't stay too long. This was unlike last week when I stayed the whole time, and nothing exciting happened, and I was generally actually more disappointed than ever.
What was the reaction to Trey Waynes?
Cheers. Everyone knew, everyone was cheering for Waynes. It was, everyone predicted, it was, all the fantasy picks were all the drafts were like, everyone knew it was going to be Waynes, so it wasn't a shock. And
hey, Trey Waynes.
Hey. And I was fine with it. It's everyone cheered. I was hoping there'd be more. I was hoping there'd be some more trades. Trade up, trade downs.
Yeah,
but
go figure. The 1 year you stay for the whole party, Rick doesn't do anything in the back end of the first round.
Exactly.
First time in 4 years. What do you think about the other draft picks, real quick?
They all seem safe from what I've read about them. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, not that I should complain at all. From following what ESPN usually says and goes with, these were all, the Vikings had needs, and we wouldn't fill those needs. Which
it's like when you go to the KOD.
Heyo.
Which, if listeners don't know, the KOD is the King of Diamonds, which is a gentleman's club in the beautiful suburb of Inver Grove Heights, right across from the fire hydrant factory that Nick frequented.
Frequenting.
Are you there right now?
No, I'm not. No, I'm at home.
All right. Anyways,
no,
proceed.
I laid, chill back. We'll talk about that. Talk about that next segment.
And they're $12 ATM.
I believe it was only $8, but no, we'll.
I want to take out a 20. That'll be $28. and then $2 or $3 more from your bank. All right, sorry, proceed.
Oh yeah, so back with about these picks that we picked up. I think, we should be happy. We picked up the needs that we got. We got that one pick in the fourth round. What was the name? DJ or TJ?
TJ Clemmings.
Clemmings, yeah. I mean, we got a really good deal. We got him. A supposedly first rounder came in the fourth. It's great. We're filling up positions that we need. I don't know if it's wrong for me to I wish we would have gone off and got someone completely just random, someone that we didn't really need. I think mostly just because I think the buzz talk of why do we pick them up is more exciting than, we got people that we needed. Yeah, it's I don't know. That's my kind of feeling of it.
I think Clemmings could honestly be the steal of the draft because he did have first round talent. He had some foot issues coming into the draft, apparently scared a lot of teams off. And to get him in the fourth round where, Khalil, his fifth-year extension did get picked up, except it's injury only. So if he sucks this year, we could just cut him, and it won't cost us anything in the camp. And Phil Lodeholt, love the guy, but his contract is up in 2016, and he'll be 31 at that time, I believe.
Ooh.
And Clemmings could come in and start at either tackle spot within a year or two, and I wouldn't be surprised. And that's a hell of a value in the fourth round.
That's great. Have you followed any other news about I haven't been on ESPN lately. There was one player that was projected to go in the first round, but due to legal, personal issues, something about a friend being, who was it? Was it Collins?
Yeah, Lyle Collins.
Is there any more updates on that? Was he ever picked up at all by anyone?
It turns out that he's being scouted, or not really scouted, but courted by the Bills, the Dolphins. I think the Giants are involved somehow. I don't think they've officially cleared him yet. I know he has talked to police about it, and it wasn't his friend. It was his ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, and it was a very sad situation. She was pregnant with an 8-month-old. They were able to save the baby for a while, but then the baby passed away as well. They're trying to figure out if the child is his. Timelines say it could potentially be, and then also to see if he's involved with it, which it is a very sad thing all the way around, especially if, well, not especially, but in addition to if he has absolutely nothing to do with it, the fact that he would have been a late first-round pick in all likelihood, and then he missed out on tens of millions of guaranteed dollars, that's a double whammy of crappiness for this guy.
Oh, it's so rough. It's so rough to hear about.
All right, but going back to Abra things in the Vikings picks, I think Eric Kendricks is going to be the best player of this draft. Baby. Immediately.
Really? So, okay, so since, as most of you people probably don't know, I'm not exactly the smartest person in football.
No.
Out of our whole draft, of this year's draft, I mean, do you think many of these players are going to stay? I mean, obviously, the Vikings can only have so many players, and we have a ton of free agents too that we picked up. I mean, are we going to have room for? Is everyone going to have a job at the end of this?
Well, the beautiful thing about it is that there's going to be a lot of competition. That either way, we're going to get a really good 53 out of it. And Wayne's, Kendricks are locks to make the roster. Clemmings and Hunter as well. Michael Pruitt might be a practice squad guy. Stephon Diggs is going to be chomping at the bit as well. And I really like the Diggs guy. And he is a return guy, so this could be the Cordero time to step up or you're gone sort of spot. And as far as like the late guys, Tyrus Thompson, B.J. DeBose, Austin Shepard, Edmund Robinson, and all the undrafted free agents we picked up, they're going to be guys that are competing at the bottom of the roster. Might catch on with some special team spots. Might eventually move up. Might be on the practice squad for a year or two. But hey, then coming in and shaking things up and making sure that veterans can't rest on their laurels. I love it, and that's what Zimmer loves, especially on his defense. Is the best guy is going to play, and you guys are going to fight to get on the field. And in 1 year, we've seen the results. He's really turned around that defense with a lot of the same personnel from the Leslie Frazier regime. And now, another year, another crop of Zimmer guys, and we'll see where we go.
How fast do they make their choices and decisions of who gets cut first? Isn't this weekend supposed to be like rookie weekend?
Yeah, this weekend is rookie minicamp in Winter Park, and they'll carry 90. I think we'll be hearing of some veterans are getting let go here pretty soon. And then eventually have to cut down to 75 during the preseason, then eventually 53 right before the season.
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of wow, the Fox Sports North girls are gone, Nick.
I saw that. Oh my God. I heard some screaming earlier, and it was coming from Di Murphy's house, and she was throwing a party. It was insane. I was like, whoa.
Celebrate good times. Come on. And I never really had a bigger problem with them as Di did. I saw it as it's a good opportunity for the women who were involved to, get involved in the media, get their faces out there, get more exposure for their brand, because everyone has a brand nowadays. But I can also see it where it is outdated, doesn't really add much, and is pretty sexist.
Yeah.
But other than that,
other than the huge list you said, yeah. I don't know. Have there been any reactions from the current Fox Sports North girls? Have they said anything are they outraged? Are they?
Well, they're pretty incognito because they pretty much only did their talking through the Fox Sports North girls Twitter account, which has since been deleted. And by the way, this isn't just Fox Sports North. This is company wide, because Fox Sports introduced this program in 2011, and as a lot of you know, they have affiliates. There's a Fox Sports Wisconsin, Fox Sports Texas, and pretty much every major sports market has their own Fox Sports Net affiliate, and they're all gone. They gone.
Wow. I think I read were they just looking for a change, or were they struggling with money with it, or
I don't know. I think it was just more there is indifference and some outrage / faux outrage, or as I call it, foutrage, going on that eventually they're just all right, we're done.
I just call it die rage.
What if Di single-handedly ended the Fox Sports Girls program? I would laugh so hard.
We got to make a hashtag for that.
Now, who was your favorite Fox Sports North girls in memoriam? R.I.P.
I didn't have a favorite. I loved them. They were all very pretty. I did not have a favorite. I couldn't even give you names. Honestly, don't even know what they are. There's a blonde one, there's a brunette one, Yeah.
My favorite was Kaylin.
Kaylin?
Yeah, she left a while ago, but she was #elite.
Oh.
And that's all.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about them.
All right, one segment in the books, one more to go. When we come back, Nick is going to take over die time. And what are you talking about, Nick?
Well, I'm half Filipino, and obviously this last weekend there was a major fight between the Filipino race and the American race, I guess, you guys.
No, just Floyd. Floyd's a race of his own.
I want to talk a little bit about the Floyd versus Pacquiao fight, a fight that I didn't see, but that's not what I was going to talk about. So, talk about the money. The money. Where's all this money? Who's all getting paid?
All right, he's got that. Twitter fan question of the week. Top 3 sports movies. We'll get into some of your responses and my top 10. And we'll get into Nick's top 7. I'll give it 7, Nick. Not 10. 7. As well as matching up superheroes with Vikings. Should be a lot of fun. Andy Must Die, episode 13, BRB. The Purple for the Win podcast is your one-stop shop for the team you hate that you love. That's right, dedicated to the pain and pleasure that is the Minnesota Vikings. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube for our weekly and bi-weekly mediocrity. And, of course, there's always purpleftw.com. Because, aside from nipple clamps and chains and whips, cheering for the Purple People Eaters is probably the most pleasurable pain you can experience on this planet. So come on in. For the mediocre analysis and the more mediocre humor, purpleftw.com. That's right, purpleftw.com.
Straight cash, homie.
And coming back for segment 2 of Andy Must Die, episode 13, Minnesota Sports Talk. Kind of. Now, we're definitely veering off more of what our usual path because I think Die could have made the entire episode about the Fox Sports North girls RIP. And you shouldn't celebrate death, Nick. I've been wearing black all week. Dun, 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 dun. But, speaking of death, Manny, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Manny? That was not the fight that a lot of people paid a lot of money for. So that's what Nick is going to talk about in this week's Die Time. You know you want it. All right, Nick. So why don't you hit us off? Pacquiao. Now, full disclosure, you're a fellow Filipino, correct?
Yes. I am. My father was born and raised in the Philippines till he was 17 before coming.
And Manny is basically the prime minister of the Filipino lands.
He could be president. He could be emperor. He could be prime minister. He could be anything he wanted in the Philippines. He is currently a congressman right now of like one of the smaller islands. Just more of a namesake, not like I don't think like making major decisions like a senator would. But he has a political life over there.
Now, all right. So, legitly, if he decided to run for president, or what's the head honcho over there?
They do presidents. Yep. It is a democracy.
A
lot.
Minister of Elat. All right. President. Could he win in an open election?
Currently, I do not think so. It's
what baloney.
He has as any celebrity or has he does have some darker history. There's been tax stuff. There's been he has been on a gambling issue. I mean, there's a lot of things that I think the Filipino people will frown upon and probably not rush up and get him elected.
Well,
but he'd be a good
taxes and gambling. That just means he's Wesley Snipes and Michael Jordan.
And none of them are presidents, so
no big deal. You're not all right. So you're telling me that if Michael Jordan ran against Hillary, who's basically running unopposed for the Democratic nomination, that Michael Jordan wouldn't give Hillary a run for her money?
Okay, a little bit different. I don't know. That's so hard to no. I don't think so.
Hillary Clinton had Benghazi, and Michael Jordan made $1 billion selling $200 sneakers that were made for $8 in sweatshops. Everyone's got dirt. Let's go.
Okay, Okay, so
I'm gonna put this up on Twitter, and then we'll.
Oh, I'm sure he'll get a ton of crap. Think of
No, I'm just gonna ask straight up. If Michael Jordan ran against Hillary Clinton for in the Democratic primary, who would win? All right, but sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Manny.
No, it's completely fine. No, because I want to set a backstory of how people Manny Pacquiao. He's the heart of the Philippines, and after criticizing his obviously fake run of presidency, he's very loved. In America, he was a very loved. He was favored to win. Not to win the fight, but he's the most liked out of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has a very violent history. He's a very cocky a-hole, I guess. It's Manny was such a favorite to a well-liked boxer, and he lost. And I don't want to say this, but I really didn't think he could win this fight either. It's
even if he was at full strength, full health.
Even if this was 5 years ago, I think it would have been at least a really good fight and much closer than what it was. It's just just Floyd Mayweather. He's very defensive, and I think he was able to handle more of the punches than he took. It was just, and I'm saying this strictly out of not even seeing the fight, but through ESPN, Twitter feeds, and like everyone who I've talked to who was watching the fight. It's just, Floyd, won the fight, but as you were saying when introducing this, it was an underwhelming fight. It was too technical.
I think with all the hype surrounding it, and a lot of people aren't really hardcore boxing fans. I know I'm definitely not one, but I did know that Floyd's fighting style is a defensive one, where he's not going to be going in for like a third round knockout of a guy. That's just not Floyd's style. So when it was basically 10 rounds of just tap dancing and defensive boxing, and Manny at the beginning was trying to get up in there, but then quickly backed off, and then Floyd in the 11th round started trying to step it up, maybe knocking Manny out. But overall, it wasn't like a Rocky movie. You know what I mean? No one got knocked down.
It's because people in the 90s were spoiled by Mike Tyson and Holyfield, those big guys. People think, looking at heavy, thinking all boxing fights are heavyweight fights where you do knock people out. No, it's not with these. They're welterweights, or I believe that's the term they use.
Bantamweights,
welterweights, there's featherweights, middleweight. These are lighter people.
Percy Harvin weights.
These are.
Yeah, but Pacquiao fights. Like the lighter weight guys. Pacquiao back in the day, his fights were entertaining because he actually hit.
Yes, and he was much faster. But that was the problem. Now this was back in the day. We're talking about mid 2000s when he was for that younger. He was like near top dog, pound per pound wrestler. Boxer. It's just, I don't know, things drifted off in his career. I don't have all his previous fights, but there was obviously that one controversial one many years ago where he did knock the guy out, but everyone knew that he won the fight, but the judges went decision to the other guy. And
that one with the thing and the one time.
Yes.
Now I think people are really upset over how much the fight costs for what they got. And even some people are being zealous and trying to sue Manny for basically consumer fraud.
Yes.
For concealing that shoulder injury.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be the overall generalization of what I wanted to talk about was the price of all this to pay for these fights. So the promoters, who I believe it's Floyd Mayweather's people, was like, it was $89.99 for the fight, or obviously since everything's in HD and you have to watch a fight in HD, $99.99 for this boxing event. And you know what that means? There are going to be two boxers who are making a lot of money, and it's going to be Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. And what kills me the most is all this money they're making. When you box, it's one person versus another person, and it's not like winner take all. Like the person who wins, he doesn't get all the money. It's already generalized that no matter what was going to happen, Floyd Mayweather is going to get a larger portion of the revenue of this fight, and then like Manny was going to get the smaller portion, no matter what. No matter what, I don't think there's anything. Wikipedia is showing me that another another piece of the money, like it was going to be a 51-49 split, where the winner would get the 51%. I mean, holy crap! I mean, are you serious? So losing the fight is you're still making so much money.
See, that's why I think Manny went in the ring even with a roughed up shoulder, because like I ain't turned down $50 million. Let's do this.
Okay, he's actually like, I've been reading things. No matter what, he's going to get probably up to 125 or 120, hey. And obviously Mayweather I think is getting at least 150. I think, or maybe up to 175. I don't have the final numbers up here, but I mean, because the thing, I think this whole fight's generating up to like $200 to $300 million. It's because there are people who are paying $100 to watch the fight. You know how much ticket sales were to stay to watch it at the MGM Grand? The lower level seats were up to $7,500 for a seat.
How much do you think the Burger King guy had to pay to be in Floyd's entourage?
I cannot believe you would. Oh my God!
Or did you see Jimmy Kimmel with Pacquiao? That was awesome.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. It's because Manny is that good guy. You have to have someone, the people's champ, like The Rock. You know, you have the people everyone loves, and Manny brings out a lovable guy, Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel was on Bill Simmons' podcast, the BS Report, and he was explaining how this came to be, because apparently Pacquiao was on his talk show a couple months ago, and he just jokingly asked, "Hey, can I be in your entourage when you walk out against Mayweather?" And Manny said yes, and then he's true to his word. It didn't cost him a thing.
I love the Manny Jimmy Kimmel relationship. You know, it's how Manny's name is getting popular with all the Americans out here. You know, as it's I was
definitely not as singing.
Oh, the karaoke-ness of Manny Pacquiao.
I am a Manny.
That's exactly it. Exactly how it sounds.
That is him. All right. So with all the outrage, Nick, would you want to see a rematch? Or do you think there's enough pissed off people that they wouldn't dare?
They won't. I don't think they will dare to do this again. This is especially not for this type of money again. No one will pay anything like that. I think in general, because in boxing, okay, besides Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, can you actually name another boxer? Yeah, I mean, I can't name any. I don't know any other boxer like active
Joe?
boxers. Don't know Joe.
Joe Boxer?
I mean, you could throw out names like
the Klitschko brothers.
Those two heavyweight guys.
Yeah, who will never fight each other. Even though that would be awesome. You could sell that.
I don't know why they don't advertise more heavyweight boxing. I don't. As I said, like a lot of things, it's always who Floyd Mayweather fights or who Pacquiao fights. Those are kind of like, those are the mainstream boxers that people follow now. It's just how it is. No one watches the heavyweights anymore.
Are you an MMA guy, Nick?
No, I'm not.
Because I think MMA gets it right in that the elite fighters don't dodge each other like boxers always seem to do. Like if MMA fighter A and B are the top two ranked, they're going to be fighting within like 3 to 4 months, because Dana White, homie, don't play that.
They're going to be fighting, and then someone's going to get really injured with that, though, and then be out for like a year.
And then he'll be back because they do steroids. Even though they're like, I never do steroids. Nah, just kidding.
Which I guess, I mean, you could say the same thing about boxing, though. I mean, boxing usually takes at least 6 months to a year to prep and get all set up. So, yeah.
But here's what I would do, and MMA does this to a degree. I think boxing, especially high, headlining boxing matches, should do this. 50% of the purse gets divided up between the two fighters and their two camps, however you want to split it up. 60-40, 70-30, 50-50, whatever you want. The other half goes to the winner. Now fight.
Oh, wow.
I mean, how awesome would that be?
That'd make it much more interesting.
Manny would probably go in there without a shoulder. Like, his arm could have been, like, forcibly ripped off by, like, I don't know, some rhinoceros or something. And he would have gone in there one-armed if there was $100 million on the line.
You have to realize there was that much money now. This is crazy.
All right. Well, any other last tidbits to clean up die time, Nick?
No. You know, I want to do more research and everything. Like obviously, like this is now coming out the whole with Pacquiao's like shoulder hiding a shoulder injury, and like people are starting to sue now. I'm interested to see where this goes, and will this affect the future of these two boxers' careers? I mean, you know, an underwhelming, super expensive fight in which Manny and Mayweather got paid, and just everyone else was just kind of, I mean, I wonder,
double up,
like, you know, like will this change everything when it comes to boxing?
Boxing is a dying sport, anyways. This might be the death knell. Of course, I've been saying that for years, except eventually it will die. Can you believe boxing and horse racing used to be the two most impressive sports in the world, or most popular sports in the world? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Speaking of crazy, let's get to our Twitter fan question of the week. Come on, baby. Oh, good for me.
Oh, good for you.
All right. So the Twitter fan question of the week this week was name your top 3 sports movies. So, Nick, do you have yours in mind?
I do have 3, not 7.
All right. I'll get to you in a second. So first Randall E.V., friend of the show, writes in, number 1, Slapshot. Number 2, Happy Gilmore. And number 3, Long Gone. Now, I have no idea what Long Gone is. Nick, do you know what it is?
I'm not familiar with it, no.
Nick, you're supposed to be the movie guy.
I'm looking it up right now.
Because if it's a hockey movie, there's like a serious hockey motif going on there. All right, well, Nick, look.
Assuming it was like a boxing movie, but it looks like it's a baseball. It was a baseball film.
From what year?
87.
Oh.
Virginia Madsen, Dylan McDermott, William Peterson from. I think William Peterson was from CSI. Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
That's exciting. Next up, Tom Hone, Caddyshack, Slapshot, and Sandlot. Nick, are you okay with that list?
Well, what was the second one? I couldn't hear you.
Slapshot, which I've never seen.
I've seen half of it. Slapshot was pretty funny, if I remember correctly.
Whenever we talk about sports movies on here, I consistently get flack for not seeing Slapshot and Miracle. So I think there might just be a weekend where I just knock both of them out and be like, leave me alone, people.
I think we talked about like there'll be a couple weekends to watch a lot of classic films. I haven't seen Field of Dreams.
It's okay.
You're gonna get slack for that.
I mean, maybe it's a generational thing because it came out when I was 2. I'm sorry I don't get all sentimental because, well, yes, my dad and I did have a catch, and well, I guess, and James Earl Jones is my father and that stuff. I really remember much of it.
Sorry.
Except one player like steps out of the field to save the girl who's choking because she was eating a hot dog and fell off the bleachers because secretly the mom pushed her off the bleachers because she was sick of all the attention the little kid was getting. You know, that's what was going on. And so the guy steps off the field and becomes an old man doctor, except I never really got it because if he came in from the cornfield, wasn't he a ghost to begin with? So now, since he stepped off the field, he gets to be a human, an old human doctor now? Is that how it works?
Yeah, maybe.
It's like Lost. I mean, what's the deal with the polar bears? They never explained it. Or the 4-toed statue. They never got to that either. It pissed me off.
Well, if I ever post again, we'll talk about Lost.
The 4-toed statue, Nick.
That was the thing.
It was a red herring.
There was so many other things wrong with Lost. That whole 6th season. Oh my! we're not getting into that. Let's get back on track.
Oh, by the way, I have to rearrange my list, but we'll get to that. All right, so next up, Matt Cryer put Caddyshack, Slapshot, and Major League. A lot of Caddyshack and Slapshot.
I love Caddyshack. It's a hilariously funny movie.
See, that's one I think I saw once when I was younger. I don't really get it. I know it's like a huge cult movie, or not even cult, but just like popular movie.
I would almost do it like a cult, because I mean, I think a lot of people, I think, remember the movie more for the characters than the actual like general plot of the film, because there wasn't.
Is Rodney Dangerfield in that movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Like because there was a whole plot where
he also pushed the little girl from Field of Dreams off the bleachers because he was jealous of how much attention she was getting.
He gets no respect.
And he wanted her hot dog.
Yeah.
Is Rodney Dangerfield dead?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he died in I think the mid 90s, I believe.
Too soon. All right, sorry. Proceed. Caddyshack.
Yeah. So the plot line of the movie was about this this caddy who wanted to go into college, and he like his way to get into college was to work was a caddy for the rich owner, and the rich owner was really upset that this crazy rich guy, Rodney Dangerfield's character, was all about like having fun and stuff, and it went up to like a golf tournament versus Rodney versus Chevy Chase's character versus the owner and I think another rich guy, and it was all about which side is this young guy, the young caddy, going to be with. Is he going to go and explore his riches to go on the side of the rich so he can get into college, or does he want to be on the fun side? And like that was like the general plot of the film, but no one really remembers that. It's all about the hijinks of Rodney Dangerfield and Chevy Chase and Bill Murray. It was those guys who like that's what made the film so memorable and joyous, and obviously the Gopher.
All right, last one, Jonathan Dreyer. Number 3, you were in reverse order. Remember the Titans. Number 2, Hoosiers. Number 1, Hoop Dreams. Hoop Dreams is a good movie. It's more documentary. Really long, but it's good.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. All right, so my top 11, I had to do some resorting.
Okay.
Because I forgot one that is really stupid, but I enjoy greatly. So number 11, Coach Carter. You seen that one?
No.
It's basically Samuel L. Jackson Snakes on a Plane, except with basketball players. And one of them is Spanish from Old School, and then also Channing Tatum for some reason.
Oh.
Because I believe Channing Tatum could play basketball, because sure.
Okay, sounds like a good film.
Number 10, A League of Their Own.
Oh, good. I do like that one. Yeah.
It's one of those movies where it's on Netflix, and if there's nothing going on, I just want some background noise, I'll put it on. I don't care. Next up, number 9, Jerry Maguire.
Oh yeah, I never think of it as a sports movie, even though it's all because to me it's more like a romantic comedy or something,
Yeah, I love that so dated because Tidwell got his major contract and it was 4 years for $11 million, and that's what rookies get now. Actually, I think Kevin White's got 4 years for 16, something like that. Anyways, number 8, Rocky 4.
Ooh, Drago.
I also really like Rocky Balboa, except I don't think that's the popular choice, but I don't really care.
It's your podcast. Do whatever you want. Say whatever you want.
Number 7, Little Big League. Because everybody want to own the Twins.
I forgot about Little Big League.
It's Nick.
Oh my God!
How can you forget about Little Big League?
I saw it.
They have a scene at Valley Fair that mentioned hula hands. Luke Hollins.
Oh my God!
John Gordon was in the movie under a pseudonym.
Oh man,
it was great. Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson make cameos.
That's great. Yeah.
Hey, whoa, montage. Number 6, Happy Gilmore.
Great.
I'm gonna watch a Little Big League tonight.
Great movie.
Number 5, Remember the Titans.
I have not seen that one.
Number 4, D2, The Mighty Ducks. You notice I didn't go to the first one. I thought the first one was a little rough.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked. That's one I've only seen the Mighty Duck films as a kid. I would like to see them now, older, and someone who lives in the Twin Cities, who understands the boundaries of the cities to totally truly appreciate, like, oh, that one kid is from Edina and he's a kid here. Yeah.
First of all, this team would never come together because there's kids from St. Paul, Minneapolis. Banks is from Edina. Hey, we just rezoned, so we got Edina now. Awesome. I think there's a Maplewood kid in there, so that's far.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot for these kids. I know. It doesn't make.
And
any
they
sense.
just skated, and then they skated down to Bloomington to the mall. And I think it's the second one.
Yeah, that's the montage of we're getting the kids back together, and
They're like, what else? We're just gonna skate
mm-hmm.
8 miles down to the mall. No biggie. Hope we don't get hit by a car on Cedar.
It was a safer time back in the 90s, though.
Twas. Number 4 is the one I added. Number 3 is the one I added. Goon.
Goon.
Oh my God, it's such a good movie.
And I'm on Wikipedia. Let's see.
Sean William Scott, Jay Deschanel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Holy crap, we have to watch it because there's so many good, like, throwaway one-liners in that movie. It's hilarious.
Like any Sean William Scott film, you could just said that.
When they introduce the goalie, he's like this French Canadian guy, and he's like, "All right, hey, I got 2 rules. 1, don't touch my Percocet, and do you have any Percocet?"
All right, I'll look that up.
Number 2, Any Given Sunday. I don't care what anyone says. That's a great movie.
All right, I won't say anything.
And that is High Time Pacino.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep.
This game, there's so many inches around us. Hooah. And number 1, Major League. Of course. I mean, come on.
Everyone loves Major. It was okay. Yeah, no.
Wild thing. They might do a remake.
Of course they will.
Hollywood's out of ideas.
I'm surprised they haven't remade any of the kid movies from our generation, you know.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kid?
I am surprised they haven't remade that yet. I'm assuming Rick Moranis still has some power and levity in Hollywood where he's like, just not when I'm alive. Just do not remake any of my movies when I'm alive.
All right. Speaking of out of ideas, superheroes, because those are new. And Marvel is making a movie out of every single superhero. Did you see the thing for Ant-Man? What the hell is Ant-Man?
I saw that. I'm skeptical, but I'll wait to see the movie to
Ant-Man. Hey, how about we just have Paul Rudd be a superhero? Yeah, that'll stick. Hey, why not?
Never underestimate Paul Rudd. He was in a movie called Role Models, and I didn't think it'd be that good, but it was surprisingly good.
All right. So speaking of surprisingly good, this final segment we're going to squeeze in here real quick. Nick is going to read off a superhero and a little description, and I'm going to name the corresponding Minnesota Viking and why. Because the Vikings photog came out with these photoshops, I think it was last week, Vikings as superheroes, and I mean, they're okay, but we can do better. All right, so let's do this, Nick. What you got?
Okay, all right, so first one up, I was going to start, a lot of these superheroes are from the Avengers movies, and I know Andy hasn't been hinting at it, but, you know...
I haven't even seen the first one.
You got to see... What? You saw the first one.
No, I haven't.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's
not on Netflix Instant Play. Thug Life.
Oh my god. Oh, my brain's gonna explode. All right, well, okay. I'm gonna make him watch the Avengers.
I have seen Iron Man and half of Thor.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out a way to strangle you with my microphone cord, but can't.
I have seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's good.
Hey. All right, so let's go.
Okay, so first up, I'm going to start with Captain America. Now, for those who don't know, Captain America in the Avengers and his own series of movies, he's the morally good guy from the past. The natural-born leader who in this current situation is just an inexperienced person to the modern world.
Got it.
Grew up in the 50s, and he super strength, super speed, nothing godlike or X-Men like, but above average, and overall just a great guy. Who is he?
Chad Greenway.
Chad Greenway. Wow.
Older leader, and I'm pretty sure Chad Greenway fought in World War II. I'm not sure. He's old.
Do you want me to Wikipedia that? I can check.
He's also on Twitter now.
He wasn't before?
There's a ding. Yeah.
Aren't all aren't they all supposed to be on social media? Isn't there like a rule or something?
No, not a rule. But Chad Greenway is Captain America. What you got next?
Okay, next is the Hulk. Now he's
Ooh.
two people. He's technically two people when you think of it. He's there are two sides to him. There's the weaker but brilliant scientist, who uses his brains, but as I said, he's frail. Can't do much. But then when you piss him off enough, he becomes a ferocious killing machine who literally cannot be stopped. He's just crazy. It's just crazy ass good. I mean, it's a great fighter. You do not want to mess with him.
All right. The Hulk is Anthony Barr. Because he seems, press conferences off the field like this really cool, chill guy that you wouldn't mind hanging out with, just kicking it. You can be part of his entourage. I'll be Turtle in Anthony Barr's entourage. But then when he gets on the field, man, he's a beast. It just takes over. Just so much freakish athletic ability that once he learns the nuances of his position and what Zimmer exactly wants him to do, it's going to be disgusting.
All right, I like that one. All right, next up, Iron Man. Thankfully, something you have seen.
Proceed.
Okay, well, he's very smart. Uses technology to enhance him and give him superpowers, to shoot projectiles and be quick. He can fly. His ego is his one outgoing thing that you see. He's really into himself. The most sarcastic superhero, and he's full of himself to the most part. For good or bad, I guess. What do you think he could be?
Adrian.
Ooh. Yeah. Good one.
All right, next.
Okay.
I don't want to elaborate.
Okay, next up I had was Thor. Thor, the god of thunder. He can fly. He can do things that most superheroes can't do. Super strength, shoot lightning. He's self-righteous. He gives himself a god, so he does think he's better than most people. And, but overall though, he's not from Earth. He's not from here. He's an alien on this. He's a stranger in the strange land. Who do you think he could be?
Now, just because of the strength, I'm going to go with John Sullivan. Not because Sully thinks very highly of himself, but Sully could, if he dyed everything blonde, he could probably pass as Thor. Ooh, or maybe Rudolph.
Oh,
Rudolph
maybe.
could be Thor too. There you go. Thor's Rudolph. All right, next.
Okay, next I had I combined these two. It's since you say you haven't seen the Avengers, Black Widow and Hawkeye. It's Scarlett Johansson's character and Jeremy Renner. Out of the superheroes, they're the most human ones who rely more on their accuracy of being able to shoot an arrow or fire a gun. Versus the rest of the superheroes, they're just
I'm gonna interrupt you because I got my answer.
Okay.
Harrison.
Ooh.
Harrison is a combination of Jeremy Renner and Black Widow because he's very good looking, almost too good looking, a lot like Black Widow, and also he kind of looks like Jeremy Renner.
Ah, okay. Okay, fine. All right.
And he probably has a crossbow, or is it a bow and arrow?
He has a bow and arrow.
That too. What's Black Widow do?
Shoots guns.
Does she grow her fingernails like Meg?
No.
When the Family Guy people all got powers.
She's a trained assassin, so I mean, she usually fires guns, but in a lot of this last movie, she it's all fighting, and like her suit, I think they line with like electrical things, and she has like electrical nightsticks that she's kind of using to fight the bad guys. So nothing.
Wait. So she could be considered a terrorist, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, she can.
Well, it's terrible for Scarlett Johansson. All right. Any other superheroes, Nick?
I had two more since.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so the DC movie's coming out, so let's
right.
talk Batman. So people don't know who Batman is. Fighter of night. just a regular human who's well trained in martial arts and uses a lot of gadgets to fight. And, has a dark, miserable past. A lot of you should know. So, I don't know. Who do you think he could be?
I'm gonna go Teddy as Batman.
Ooh,
Because as far as dark, miserable past, it's not apples to apples of your parents getting shot in the alley by Joe Cool. No, Joe Chill. Excuse me. Joe Cool is the camel. But Teddy, his whole pro day, the thing that really sank him, and then he just came back. He rose from the ashes. And also Teddy had his back broken by Bane. And then it somehow healed by some shaman medicine man in a hole in Afghanistan or wherever the hell they were. I mean,
and ropes.
Because that's plausible.
They can work.
Hey, you broke 2 of your vertebra. Here's some old guy and some rope. He'll fix it right up.
Snap it back together. I'm assuming there's a lot of Vicodin or something.
Plus, I don't know how, but we get cable down here. Because whatever.
All right, lastly, Superman. Godlike powers. He's an alien from another planet. Super strength, super speed. It can fly. Morally awkward, I guess. I don't know. He's weird, quirky, different, I guess. Watching the movies, and he's just believes in good other people, I guess. I don't know. I think anyone could kind of be him.
I'm going to go with Everson. Because if you put Everson in a Superman costume, he'll look like Superman. And he's got speed, he's got strength. I have no confirmation on this, but he might have X-ray vision. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
He's really good with Lois Lane. Gonna have a super baby.
Once Zimmer's done with him, then he might have supervision. Or at least heat vision.
There you go. Boom. And that was Vikings, superheroes as Vikings. And, not bad. We did okay for off the cuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fine.
I don't know who half these people are. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really know who Jeremy Renner and Black Widow are.
We gotta watch the Avengers.
Well, what's Jeremy Renner's superhero name?
Hawkeye.
Oh, well, damn it. He should have been Greenway.
Well, you gotta watch the Avengers. I'm gonna take you to see the Avengers 2. I decided because.
Fine. Well, I'll watch the Avengers only if you watch Goon.
Deal.
Goon's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything exciting for you coming up, Nick?
Summer right now. I'm gonna try catching up on all the summer blockbuster movies. Try to. We started the Avengers. There's a lot of action films coming out.
What are a couple that you're looking forward to?
Right now it's gonna be the next one. The next big one is gonna be Jurassic World in June.
Oh yeah.
Because
Chris Pratt's in everything now.
Yeah, of course, and it's gonna make a lot of money because it's Jurassic Park, and it's the brand trade name.
It's a great thing about the first Jurassic Park.
What
is that? The graphics and special effects still hold up.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like it's crazy. Like you're watching it now when it's been out for, was it 94? Is it 21 years?
Yeah. 94.
Something like that. Now, and it still looks like, holy crap, that's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's coming in. He's gonna eat me.
Well, that was back when they used to build stuff. Like now everything is CGI now.
Or like even when they're running through the field and those random fast dinosaurs are running with them.
Mm-hmm.
That was all CGI, but that looked really good.
Yeah,
it still does.
Yeah,
everything's green screen nowadays, and Zack Snyder. Oh, is Zack Snyder doing the Superman Batman movie?
I don't know if he is. I don't.
What do you think of that trailer?
I don't know. Marvel won me over way too much, and this is obviously the not Marvel movie that they're gonna try doing and branching off a ton of movies with. I'm on this totally Avengers train, and it was such a really loose trailer. I have no idea what this. I'm very curious what this first movie is gonna be about.
Do you bleed? You will.
Because obviously
I think that was pretty badass.
This is all setting up the Justice League, and obviously the title Batman vs Superman. This first movie is just gonna be about them hating and trying to kill each other. So
well, it kind of stinks because I preferred Batman in the Nolan universe when it was slightly more realistic. Whereas Batman versus Superman, I never really got into Superman too much because it's not realistic. Spider-Man as well, and like the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, those were completely off the boil because there was two. Batman Forever wasn't that bad. Batman and Robin was terrible, but the three like realistic, dark, gritty Batmans of Christopher Nolan were fantastic. I don't know how I'm gonna do with this one because I hated Man of Steel, as did everybody.
It was okay, but yeah,
Man of Steel sucked, and it was supposed to be really good because the trailer made it look awesome.
It was a first movie. We'll see what.
Who ruined it? Russell Crowe. At least it wasn't like Les Miserables where he started singing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Boom. All right. Well, Nick, thank you for coming on, filling in for Di since she got deported to Mexico.
Oh, Di.
You boys like Mexico? Actually, could that count as a sports movie, Super Troopers? Because there's a softball game in there.
Wait. When was the softball game in there?
Oh, not softball. Little League game. The kids playing Little League. And remember, they're sitting across the way from the town cops, and they send over a giant cotton candy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I remember that.
How's the view from Sugar Heaven, bitch?
They're making a sequel to that one.
Yes, and Kickstarter.
Oh yeah. I should put in $5. I'd see that.
Boom. All right, we are out of here though. Follow us on Twitter at Andy Must Die. Nick, what's your Twitter handle again?
Twitter handle is Nickason.
At Nickason. Now, are you a creepy DMer? Are you one of those guys? I can see that.
Whoa, what? No, what? No.
Nick just slides in your DMs like, "What's up?"
No, I had to Google what he meant by DMs. I'm like, whoa, what are you talking about? No, I don't send direct messages.
That sounds like an explanation of someone who's a DM creeper. Subscribe, rate us, iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, we're every place on the website, as always, andyoumustdie.com. I'm Andy Carlson, and that's Nick Assumption in for Di Murphy. Thanks for listening this week. Have an awesome one. Words of wisdom. Oh, go watch Goon. Goon is a fantastic movie. I don't care. It's a very stupid movie, but it's hilarious. It's very, definitely R-rated, and definitely very blue, but it's hilarious, and you'll love it. That's all. All right, good night.
The music was created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, check out soundcloud.com/Deeb.
We needed to get this right.